Warning! The following podcast includes spicy content. This level of heat may not be intended for all audiences. No, but seriously, it's hot. Like, spicy. I mean, we might chew food for like 10 seconds, but we don't really swear. And it's not actually dirty. We just talk about hot chicken. So if you like it XXX hot, welcome to the HOT Chix Podcast. Hello, friends and folks, and welcome back to another episode of the HOT Chix Podcast, a spicy pilgrimage to the Nashville hot chicken phenomenon. I'm Alex Tinker, and I'm joined this week again by my co-host, Mr. Gregory Gillaspie. Greg, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm not burning.
I know. It's for everybody who's joining in. You may have seen the title of this episode, but the episode that we're focusing on today, this is episode number 4, and I love saying that.
Yep.
Just feels good.
4.
And it's titled Hot Stuff, and that's on Bell Road.
Yep. And
for anybody who's familiar with Nashville, Bell Road turns into Old Hickory, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And it's kind of like one of the main arteries south of town.
Yeah.
And it basically connects Antioch, right? That
to
side
Brentwood.
to Brentwood, right? So
right.
In between, there's a little neighborhood with we've mentioned Prince's on Nolensville Road, and Prince's is actually, if you can think about it, Prince's and the other place, Subculture, that we've talked about.
Ooh.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Prince's and Subculture are kind of the epicenters of Brantioch.
Yes.
Right? And that's the combination of Brentwood, Antioch. Actually, before we jump into this, I just got to say, we got a couple messages saying that the last episodes were long. Not every episode is going to be an hour long, but thank you for hanging on with us. But also, just kind of very excited to hear what you think about this moving forward. And I mean, we talked a lot about a lot of different things. We'll pick and pull details from other locations that we've been to. But I got to say this one, Greg, you said you're not really on fire.
Well, it wasn't that hot, but it was good. It was not too hot. So to hot stuff, I've been to hot stuff before. And I actually gave a driving Lyft to the owner of Hot Stuff. And there is some interesting information about this place.
Like what?
Well, so the owner's Korean. And Koreans, as you may know, have a cultural... They culturally fry chicken. As a matter of fact, you might say Koreans perfected fried chicken, actually.
Okay, that's a bold statement.
If you've ever had, I don't think you have, Alex, but umami down in Lenox Village, the double fried Korean wings there. I mean, it's bold to say they perfected fried chicken, but they may just have. It's so good. And so, and Korean fried chicken is not a sauce. It's double
a style.
Yes, it's double fried, usually at a lower temperature to make sure the chicken's fried all the way through, and then it's fried again at a higher temperature. And so the owner did tell me that they double fried their chicken there. And again, I had Hot Stuff before, and I had liked it, and so it's on my list. It's in the top third of what I've had, and I remember it being pretty solid. And so I told Alex, I said, for this episode, let's go to Hot Stuff. They still have a place in the market, and we'll talk about that. But they, with no shortage of hot chicken, you're sometimes looking at, well, does this place really have a need to exist? And Hot Stuff does. Like I said, Korean owned. They are double frying their chicken there, or at least we got some more information on that. But I thought it'd be a good just addition to something that we're trying early on, and yeah. So we went to Hot Stuff, less than 3 miles down the road from Prince's, basically 2 miles, in between Prince's that are not even that far from each other, the Tanger Outlet and the Nolensville Prince's. And so when you're that close to the place that invented hot chicken, you do have to ask what market is going there? Like, what's the purpose for this place existing? And they do have a purpose.
I got to be honest with you, and I think we talked about this while we were eating, actually.
Yeah.
One of the major points that you had mentioned is that this location is one of the few hot chicken restaurants, hot chicken joints, hot chicken munchy locations, if you want to, that's open late night.
Yeah. It's open till midnight.
I mean,
this is today's Saturday.
We are recording, to timestamp this, we are recording on April the 20th. We do not partake in the holiday that is today, but we are aware of it.
There's probably a lot of people that are going to be ordering DoorDash, because I think this is a big DoorDash restaurant. A lot of their business probably comes from delivery apps. There's probably going to be a lot of people ordering from there in a few hours.
Dude, we were there for probably only like 35, 40 minutes.
Right.
And they were just coming in regularly. DoorDash. You would hear the ding ding ding, the noise that it makes.
Right.
And I think the thing that I took away from that is, did you notice they didn't have any plates whenever you walked in?
Oh yeah.
There was no eat-in plates.
No.
It's all in to-go containers.
Right.
And I mean, you can see all of this on the Instagram, the Facebook, and everything. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna post this for when it's live and everything of the sort. But I gotta be honest with you. I think one of the wildest things that I saw was that it didn't matter if you were eating there, if you were taking it with you. It was all treated the same. And sometimes presentation at certain locations is prioritized for people that are eating in. This was all about the food.
Yeah.
And we saw that. So I know I've been rambling, but Hot Stuff on Bell Road, spelled exactly how it sounds. HOT space STUFF, and I think it had a moniker.
With fish in the name, chicken and fish.
Yes.
That's an interesting detail.
Can we actually talk about that? So it's located, if anybody knows, there's a Sonic, the Sonic burger joint that's like right there on Bell Road, and I think it's a, goodness gracious, like a driving range that's right there next to Blue Hole Road. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And so I mean, there are a lot of different restaurants, and it is quite literally blink and you miss it.
Yeah, it's tucked away in the corner, and it's nothing to look at, to be honest. It's just a pretty bare storefront with a pretty basic menu. They've got chicken, they've got fish, they've got conventional sides, and that's about it, really. No frills, just you know what you're there for. And so we went in. I ordered. Also, pricing's pretty good.
Pricing was, guys, we have not really spoken about pricing yet on the show, but pricing here was immensely reasonable.
It was $13 or so for a half bird.
So I took pictures of the entirety of the menu. So just to give you an idea, we got a few things here. And in the Prince's episode, one of my favorite quotes is, you don't go to Prince's for, we were talking about it. You don't go here for tenders, right?
Right.
Well, here's the deal. This has fish and chicken in the name.
Yeah.
Hot Stuff Fish and Chicken.
Right.
I'm going to read off just a few things real quick, okay? For the flavors, we talked about this. There's original, which is no heat, no pepper next to the name, right?
Just fried chicken.
Lil Spice, LIL apostrophe.
Lil Spice.
And then there's medium, mild, which is 2 peppers, medium, which is 3, hot, which has 4 peppers, and then extra hot, which has 5. Here's why I'm saying this. This is not a Hattie B's. This is not a Prince's. Mm-hmm. This is not a go there for your friends and you go to impress them. One thing that we found specifically is that you go here for your hot chicken or fish fix.
Right.
Like if you're down here, you're a working man. You probably I guarantee they're probably busy during the lunch rush. I guarantee it.
Probably.
People just like, working around that area.
Probably.
Yeah, that would make sense. And then they also have Cajun, lemon pepper, and sweet heat. We did not try these ones. We predominantly stayed with the hot and the extra hot. But I'm going to go through a couple just, top of mind. Sure. For chicken, there was a breast quarter with one dipping sauce for $7.99. There was a leg quarter with one dipping sauce for $6.99. That is one of the cheapest we have seen.
Right.
The leg quarters. Yet. Half bird was $13.99. Whole chicken with 4 dipping sauces. Half bird had 2.
$24, right?
It was $24.99.
Yeah,
a whole bird.
I think that's $33 at Prince's.
I agree.
I think it's $33.
Did we see what it was when the Cornish game at Lily's?
No.
We got to go back for that.
No, but in terms of meat,
yeah,
that'd probably be similar to a half bird.
That's fair.
That's fair. But the $24 for a whole chicken.
That's ridiculously cheap.
Good.
Yeah. I will also say, here's the fun part. There was also in this, the seafood section.
Yeah.
Had regular fish, which was 2 pieces, a dipping sauce for $6.99. And guys, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I can eat a lot of that. Trust me. Trust me. You're gonna find something on here that'll fill your stomach pretty inexpensively.
Yeah.
And then there's an option, giant fish, 3 pieces for $9.99. 3 pieces of that would probably fill me up.
Yeah.
Right? Now, here's the thing. We try to find one thing that's kind of a sleeper.
Sure.
Right? At Prince's, it was
the sandwich.
It was that sandwich. That sweet heat sandwich at the Tanger Outlets, dude. Did I tell you I was trying to figure out how to make that?
You didn't.
I went to Kroger, and I found that Kroger has a Kroger brand Hawaiian bun that looks very similar to that.
Interesting.
So it's not the King's Hawaiian, the square ones.
Right.
It's actually a bun. And I was like, ooh, if I actually marinated.
Just go to Prince's.
Just go to Prince's. It's worth $8, $8.49 or something. But here's
Lily's sleeper was the fish.
The guys, listen. Go to Lily's.
That was some good fish.
It's too early to say that it is my favorite in the city. But I'll tell you, out of all the ones that I've had, the flavor combination for a legitimate hot chicken place, because Subculture is my favorite hot chicken dish in the city, and that's the hot chicken tacos. Subculture is in Brantioch, of course. And here's the thing, for a hot chicken place, for the service, the communication, the way they make the food, the way their heat scale is listed, how they show the Scoville scale. Like, dude, Lily's is probably my favorite that we've had so far.
Well, how about we do this, Alex? At the end of the episode, after the side chick,
okay,
we will rank, because we've done 3 now.
We've done 3.
We will rank those 3.
Sure.
And heat.
Yes.
And in our favorites. And we'll go from there. But you got to stick around to the end for that. And I will withhold my opinion until then. But I will also only rank what we've had on this podcast, because I have a list of 30 hot chicken places that I've tried ranked. And so I'm not going to include from that list. But
I will say, though, the sleeper, outside of what we were talking about, you know, the sandwich, guys, there's a shrimp basket.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you've seen the Instagram post, you're going to know that there's a picture of me just devouring some of these shrimp.
Yeah.
Guys, they come on a bed of fries, right? You can get them with fries. I got them with fries. And it came on a bed of fries. And like any hot chicken place, right? The hot chicken comes on, it comes on the mop, right? It comes on the piece of white bread. It soaks into it, all that stuff. The guys, the shrimp.
Yeah.
The shrimp was out of this world. It's $10.99, and it is a full to-go container with
10,
somewhere between 10 and 15, call it a dozen shrimp.
Yeah.
Right? Tails on, so you got to watch that. But guys, they had to have been beer battered there. They were not frozen that
beer,
way.
But yeah.
Yeah, battered there. But
I have had hot shrimp before at places where you can tell they took them out of a bag. They were already battered. They just threw them in a fryer. And it is what it is. But no. These were definitely battered there. And they were very seasoned. Almost too salty, but not quite for me.
It was on that edge.
And right on that edge of almost ooh, this is almost too salty, but has a lot of flavor. The shrimp, you know what I would do, honestly, if I had just two people, I would get that as an appetizer. Just shrimp and fries and just share that between two people and then get, something else each. But
you know what though, but for $5, there was enough food there. Because I wanted to try the fish, and they have a fish. Right. They have a fish and tender plate. Right.
That's what you got.
That's what I got as my main. Right. And we kind of split the shrimp meal.
Yeah.
I agree entirely. And here's why I'm saying this. I'm just throwing this out there. If you were to do that, which is kind of like what we did, right? We got maybe more than what you would normally do, but yeah. I think honestly, and this is me saying this, if we went through the process and had, because I got the fish, and I'm going to tell you, guys, straight down the line, it was fish.
I'll tell you even straighter down the line.
Please.
Because I've had a lot of hot fish. Not the place to get fish. Now, if you like fish and there's no other fish in that area, there used to be Bolton's right there, Bolton's is arguably the king of hot fish.
Yeah.
I can understand you really have a hankering for some fish. I'm not going to say it's bad by any means. Was it crispy? No. Was it kind of tough, like the outside? Kind of. Did it taste good? Sure. It didn't taste bad. It just, fish is one of those things that is easier than chicken. And I just feel like they just didn't excel at the fish. The fish was just a lower level than the other fried items we got, is what I'm going to say. Not to say it was bad. I enjoyed it. It was fish, but that's not what they excel at.
It wouldn't play in Poughkeepsie, man. It wouldn't. I wouldn't write home about it.
No,
it was
not nearly as good as the shrimp.
I'll agree with that.
The shrimp had texture, was crispy, was really thoroughly coated in their flavoring. Now, to talk about the chicken tenders. Actually, hang on a second. What did you like more on your plate? Because you ordered a plate that came with two tenders. So we have so as you mentioned earlier, first of all,
sure,
the hottest level is extra hot. So we have our side chick sitting to the side here.
Correct.
Extra hot. So you ordered an extra hot tender, a hot tender, and a hot piece of fish. What did you like best on that plate?
Okay.
Because I'll tell you I'll tell you after you tell me.
Okay, this is, so keeping true with my order across the platform of all hot chicken restaurants in the city of Nashville, I am going to get the tenders, I'm going to get the french fries, and I am going to get the coleslaw.
And they know I get half bird. I also this time got potato salad.
You did get potato. Hey, I got to tell you, I was really proud about you for that one, because I was, anyway, so I got an option on the menu, which was two tenders, one fish, one side. I got the coleslaw. The fries came with the shrimp. I got two tenders. One was hot. One was extra hot. I am literally going to touch this tender. And much like that, if I would have done that with Prince's, my finger would have melted off. I would have had radiation poisoning. Right. That was, but in this case, it's extra hot. This is not a location that they are like, we're going to have the heat challenge. No, they are preparing fish. They are preparing food for the working person and for regular people. This
is a no frills place.
This
is not an entertainment, because let's be honest, the hottest levels are entertainment. And so this is just, we're making food. We don't want to deal with somebody ordering the hottest level, sending it back. None of that.
This is also not something like they're making food. Like, you're going to eat it, right?
Right.
This is something, we're going to create food for you to consume. This is not a game to them. This is just a job. They're making food. I'm going to be very bold.
Yeah. I'm curious what you're going to say, because I actually don't know which one you're going to say you preferred.
I'm going to be very bold, and I don't like causing waves. You know what I mean? But I have to be honest. for posterity's sake. The tenders here were not my favorite. They were a bit like lengthwise. I don't have a better phrase for this, but girth-wise,
Small.
they were small.
Yeah.
They really were. And I think one of the things I took away from this was they were also tough, Gregory.
Yeah. I'm looking at the tender right now, split in half, and you see that like lack of separation of fibers of chicken where it's all kind of just pushed together, almost like it's condensed.
I feel like it's not marinated at all.
I don't know. Could just be overcooked. I don't know. But I'll agree with you. The chicken tenders were the worst thing we ate there. And
I'm not saying the fish was absolutely perfect.
No,
it wasn't.
But between chicken tenders or fish, now obviously I'm not a chicken tender guy, but the chicken tenders they just didn't shine. They were small. They were kind of tough. They weren't really that crispy. And then did the exact same thing we did at Prince's. You tore off a big piece of breast quarter, said, "Here, eat this next to
the tender.
Eat this back to back. Bone in or go home."
We did this. We did this also at Lily's too. Do you remember whenever I took the bite of the tender and I was like, "This is good," and then you ripped off that big chunk?
I don't remember that, but
I trust you. It's the same thing as Prince's. It's the same. I mean. Okay, I'm saying this as somebody who now I've eaten enough white meat tenders at hot chicken restaurants to know what they're supposed to taste like. And also, I had enough hot chicken sandwiches. We talked about this last episode. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of hot chicken sandwiches out there, and the majority of them are tenders, right?
Yeah, they just throw some tenders on bread.
That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. There's no other consideration taken. Maybe you'll get a pickle. Anyway, in this case, I'm going to tell you this much. As much as the tenders are good, if it's a scale from would not order again unless you really had a craving for it, which I'm telling you right now, it's not bad. It's not a horrible dish. I personally would not order it because I saw how delicious and wonderful the breast meat quarter was.
Yeah.
And guys, gals, friends, folks, fellow poultry aficionados, I am telling you right now, if you are going to get anything at this place, go the quarters with a bone or go home.
Yep.
Right? Like that's how it is. With a bone or go home. It's gotta be bone in.
It was so much crispier. So that's where I was telling you, this is double fried. Those tenders probably aren't. Now you did briefly address that because you did talk to one of the kitchen guys and he said, do you want? Yeah, go ahead. Tell him.
Yeah. So, okay, so here's the thing, and I did this very briefly. I also want to preface this. As you mentioned, it's Korean owned.
Yeah.
So that's a style of cooking.
Right.
Right? That is a cuisine. That is a preparation technique.
Right.
Not a flavor. Right? That would be like saying, it's the pilaf method. Well, it doesn't have to be a standard rice pilaf. It's just how you're creating the dish. Sorry, that was for my food nerds out there that also wanted some, classic French, a little escoffier kind of training there. Okay, here's why I'm saying this. There was a language barrier. You noticed this while we were there. There's a big language barrier. So just from what I got, from what I assume to be one of the managers on duty, right?
Right.
If they are busy, if it's a big night, like a dinner rush or a lunch rush, which we are recording this on the 20th of April. Guys, they're probably going to end up getting a pretty big rush. They're probably going to start double frying here soon. Okay. Because during the rushes is when they're going to double fry.
Okay. So that's where they just fry a bunch of it and they refry to order.
Correct. They fry to cook thoroughly right?
Right.
They put them on I assume a sheet pan or keep them in a basket or something, something to keep it, cool it down a little bit. And then they'll double fry again to bring up to temp and preparation. Right. This is more common than you think.
I actually think it's better. Some people prefer in New York the reheated slice, the slice that's been reheated after it's been cooked. And that's because
Hold on, a slice of pizza we're talking
Sorry,
about. Right?
Yes.
So Gregory, again, ladies and gents, if you didn't catch the first episode where it talks about our background, Gregory is a renowned pizza aficionado and also crafter. He is the owner and the creator of Gaga's Grandma Pies. So pizza is another language to him. Can you explain positives, pros, cons to reheating a slice of New York pie?
Yeah. So when it comes out, you're probably taking more water out is in the long run. But it comes out, and a lot of times things are, the pizza is not its firmest. And when it comes straight out of the oven, you do have to let it firm up once it cools a little bit. And then once it cools, if you put it in the oven again, after, then that kind of re-crisps it up without, it basically cooks. Okay, I guess to get into some of the science of it, the pizza is cool. It's not like everything's at temp. So you're just re-cooking kind of the outside without re-cooking the entire thing. So it's just the outside that's getting cooked more, which then just crisps things up more. And so depending on the type of dough and things like that, yes, you can end up with a crispier outer crust or, crust than if it just came out of the oven. So some people do prefer the reheated slice, and it's so common in New York for them to make a case of pizzas, and then you just come in and order what you want, and they throw it in the oven and they reheat it. And
that is exactly what they're doing.
And so that's what they're doing at this chicken place, essentially, when it's busy. And so the analogy here would be when it's not busy, they are making pizzas to order. Now, I'll be honest and say that I think double fried chicken is the best way to fry chicken, because you generally fry at a lower temperature to get it cooked and then refry at a higher temperature, and it yields a crispier outside. Now, ours was really crispy, like awesome. And I thought it was probably double fried. He told us it wasn't. He told us it wasn't because he says they just really thoroughly fry it. That's what I gathered. And so that is interesting, but I did think it's, again, interesting that it's Korean owned, and there is some Korean tradition in there as far as at least when it gets busy. So it's not all double fried. We like I said, we got that clarification, but when it's busy, it is. I'm curious if it would be better when it's busy because of that.
I kind of had the same thought myself. I think one of the things that I took away, especially, so again, with my plate, I got the fish and I got the chicken, the tenders, 2 tenders, piece of fish, one side. I don't know if, and hey, I'm gonna let everybody kind of inside the mind of a chef here. If you haven't seen that PBS special, that's narrated by Chef Anthony Bourdain, please watch it. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite shows. They have a couple seasons. One of them is barbecue, and one of them is where they talk about katsuobushi, and they talk about it's Chef David Chang from Momofuku in So he goes through and he talks about ramen. It's all Japanese culture. It's fantastic. But I'm going to tell y'all something real quick, and this is just a little bit of inside the mind of a chef. This is not with the show. This is just me kind of letting you in. Most food that you eat in restaurants has been pre-prepared ahead of time. Most of the time.
If possible, yeah.
Absolutely. Mise en place is a real thing. And if you don't know what that is, take an afternoon Saturday cooking class and learn a little bit, because it's going to save you just in time management. To all of my friends that are in corporate life or want to be in corporate life, and you're from the restaurants, you worked in the back of house, guess what? You better add time management skills and perfectionism onto your resumes, because that is what mise en place is. I personally believe, I'm going to be honest with you, we got there a little bit before the dinner rush.
Yeah.
We got there with time before they started getting all those orders in. I think they had prepared this ahead of time.
Yeah.
And it
was quick.
It was so quick.
Very quick.
It was we only waited for, my guess is maybe like 3 minutes? like 5 minutes.
Very
Very
like
short.
So I will also say, you mentioned David Chang, and you said Japanese. He is Korean.
I apologize, but the inside the mind of a chef is based. It's all Tokyo, and they talk about the ramen joints. Yeah. No.
Because he does make ramen. I've been to one of his restaurants.
So that's what I'm referencing. I'm not referencing his heritage. I'm referencing.
He does make good fried chicken too.
Does he really?
Yes.
Momofuku?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have wings there.
I gotta tell you, have you ever tried? And I wanted to make this correlation later. Have you ever tried their hot chili garlic?
The crisp?
The crisp?
Yes. It's very good.
Gregory, I think if there's a food that is the closest to true hot chicken oil seasoning, it would be that hot chili crisp. Because, and I'm not saying flavor profile.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the combination and the usage of oil and dry ingredients in a jar, because that is what I took away from how they prepared that.
Also, this chicken was not overly saturated. It was actually mostly like Prince's, it's doused. And this seemed like it wasn't completely dry like Bolton's, but this is a pretty dry dredge, let's call it, of seasonings and oils. And so you could almost convince me that it was fully dry, but it wasn't. I know it wasn't. I could tell it wasn't, but still mostly dry.
I will say though, I think that was a plus when it came to the double fry. Because
they put it on after.
Right, but with the double fry, occasionally, and not all the time, but occasionally, double fried foods can have an oily residue, right?
Really?
Yes. So I went to a restaurant here that is a tapas restaurant. It's out in East, has one of those kitschy names that, everybody goes to, and it's a guy will wear a button down that's tucked in and a nice pair of pants, and it's overpriced, and they have all the, hot things that are currently going on. I say that because I've taken... All right, I'm a married man. Please don't judge me. I've been on a couple first dates out there. You know what I mean? It was like one of the spots I went.
You weren't taking them to hot stuff?
Shocking. No, but it was one of the places I would go. And when I would go, I would get different things, and you can sit right next to the kitchen. So I would talk to the people that were working. They probably hated it, but it was fun. And one time they had Korean double fried, boneless thigh pieces, like thigh quarters, right? And granted, this is tapas, so they're small, they're Cornish, very small. You know what I mean? It actually left some oil on a plate. It was wild. But I say that because...
But is that because it's double fried?
I'm not sure, or if it was just that presentation, but in this case, the dry of the seasonings at Hot Stuff was actually quite wonderful.
Yeah, it wasn't like the bread was not soaked at all.
The mop was perfect.
You could see some of the hot oil on the fries beneath the shrimp. But otherwise, again, it was pretty dry. Also, heat level was, like we said, I started in the beginning saying, it's not that hot. It was good. It was a comfortable spice. It was there. I would say less hot than Prince's hot.
Oh, absolutely.
But tasty, and they didn't seem like they're trying to prove anything. And I'm not scared at all about this side piece we have today because it's an extra hot.
Yeah.
And so the heat was good. Flavor was good. Flavor relatively indistinct in a lot of ways. What I mean by that is Prince's has an iconic flavor, but it's hard to kind of pinpoint. I mean, it's cayenne. This was similar in the sense of you're not specifically tasting something that's sticking out, like when you go to Party Foul and the chicken tastes like a lot of smoked paprika or whatever, and so It wasn't super distinct in flavor. Very classic hot chicken flavor. And yeah, the bone-in chicken was a winner as far as the over the boneless is concerned, which I'm already going to say that. But no, it was really good bone-in chicken.
Well, I think you said it best. There's now a test for the Nashville market. What restaurant will make you pick the tenders over the bone-in quarters? That is the official gambit we are running here.
And I have zero idea as to which ones I could be.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. You had mentioned before we deviate onto the hot chick or the side chick. Gregory, honest question for you, man. And this is putting you on the spot. We have not discussed this. You had both the quarters. And you gave me one of the best bites of the entire day. You just pushed the corner of the thigh quarter my way. You said, take a big old bite.
Yeah.
Here's my question for you. Breast quarter or thigh quarter, which one, if you had to pick one?
Oh, that's easy.
Which one?
A thigh.
You thought the thigh was better than the breast quarter there?
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in general. I'm going to say breast quarter, but that's because I think the thigh quarter might have been slightly overdone in parts, but generally speaking, thigh, but they were both really good.
I'm going to say you pulled the leg bone out, and there was some meat on that, so you handed me that bone, and without a doubt, with the bone or going home is the way to go at hot stuff. I will say this much, and without just rambling because I'm want to do that, I think that I would absolutely go breast quarter. I mean, when you separated the tip of that breast quarter and you literally pulled it out and there was just the perfect breading on that bite. You saw the steam coming out.
Crispy.
It had the double fry to it. It was, as far as I'm concerned, that was the chicken bite for today. Tenders were not my favorite. So I'm telling you this much. For the same cost of the chicken tender plate, maybe a couple dollars less, get yourself a side. Obviously, I also tried the fries and the coleslaw. If I may, I'm starting to get a little bit disheartened that there's not some coleslaw in the city of Nashville at a hot chicken place that has life to it. They all kind of feel the same. Even if somebody added extra celery seed, I would be fine with that. But like, I can't find a good.
We'll find you one.
I know, and I know it's out there, but
most of these places, the sides are pre-made.
Yes.
And they just throw them in there, and it is what it is.
Well, this is all speculation. We did not talk to the kitchen crew.
No.
We did not talk to them, but I will tell you this much: 90% sure that that's the case.
Yeah, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain about it. It was fine. You're there for the chicken, or you're there for the shrimp.
You're there for. Listen, the tenders are not why you go to hot stuff.
No.
The tenders are not why you go to hot stuff. Even the fish might not be on the top of your list unless you want like if you want,
it should be hot stuff, chicken and shrimp.
I would be great with that. Like, I'm not joking about. Here's the deal. If hot stuff, if you're listening, I would come in maybe once a week. I live in Gallatin. It's a heck of a drive. But if I had to tell a friend who lived down here who wanted hot food, like hot chicken, something along those lines, I would look at them and I would say, go get a breast quarter, go get the shrimp plate.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it's going to be under $20. You're going to walk out of there with enough food for everything. You don't even need another side because you got the fries that'll come with the shrimp. Make sure you order the fries or whatever side you want. I'm telling you right now, the chicken breast quarter and the shrimp, that is without and they had stuff on there. There was like cheesecake. They had all this stuff. They had fruity.
Yeah, and I mean, they're probably not making that.
Right. But what I'm saying is, guys, you don't go to hot stuff on Bell you don't go there for the tenders. And I'm trying everything. You don't go there for the tenders. You go there for the shrimp plate, or you go there for the breast quarter.
Yeah.
And the mop is not oily.
Well, the bone-in chicken was pretty good too. Sorry, the leg quarter was great too.
A leg quarter was good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. So if you want dark meat, it was still good. But I'm telling you, if I had to rank them right now, if I had to rank our meal right now, shrimp was number 1, breast quarter was number 2, and leg quarter was a very close number 3.
I would agree with that. And that's because leg quarters tend to be worse than breast quarters. They are harder to make. They're thicker. They don't have as much fat in them. So it's easier to dry them out. So yeah, I totally agree. Also, another interesting thing about them is the sauces. When you're reading the menu, everything comes with a sauce. A little cup, a little ramekin of sauce, and you get to pick. And I'm kind of against the idea that hot chicken needs ranch or needs sauce or whatever, but still, I kind of appreciated it. I got honey mustard, which I dipped the fries in, but it just was, I don't know, a nice little touch of them just not trying to upcharge you for anything. Just like, oh yeah, you get a piece of chicken, you get a sauce with it. Just easy. And so, I haven't seen that before.
I also think that one of the weird things that goes along with this is, and again, it's a delivery place. They don't deliver, but it's a DoorDash place. I think that. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. We had talked at length about Prince's.
Yeah, a lot to say.
A lot to say. I don't think that the original Ewing Prince's could have opened the doors to DoorDash.
No way.
Not even a chance.
No way.
It would take 4 hours to get your order.
There's just no way.
There's no way they could have done it. They would have sold out in 15 minutes.
It just wouldn't have.
So looking at this, I say that because to everybody who's out there that's going to be a hot chicken purist, and here's the deal, guys. If you do consider yourself a hot chicken purist, that's fine, right? But be kind here, right? Treat us with a little bit of grace because we're documenting everything, right? And also treat these locations with grace because not everything is going to be Ewing Drive, right? It can't be.
Nothing else is.
Nothing else is, right? So this is what I'm saying. In this situation, if you want, and I think the word that I was using at the table is dependable hot chicken.
Yep.
Dependable, reliable hot chicken. No frills.
Especially if you want it late.
Now, can we talk about that?
Yeah, midnight. Friday, Saturday, midnight.
I mean, here's the deal. There are people who are out at the bar. They get an Uber home because they're responsible individuals and they don't turn Nashville into Crashville. Thank you for that. Drive safe, drive sober. It's the Nashville way.
But is eating hot chicken still driving sober?
Well, you shouldn't operate heavy machinery under that much heat. I'll say that. That's a t-shirt right there. Do not operate heavy machinery under this much heat. You know what? We should make our ranking levels pieces of coal and diamonds because it's just how much heat is it going to take to turn it into a diamond. But I will say this much, like all that to be said, late at night, if you have a hankering and you are between Brantioch, you are south of town. I'm going to say anywhere south of town.
Sure.
Right? I'm going to say anywhere south of town. Whether
it's right off the 24. It's pretty accessible.
I mean, it's I'm going to say 3 minutes off of 24. It is 6 minutes maybe off of Nolensville Road, Nolensville Pike, if you're listening to your Apple or Waze or Google Maps. Without traffic, absolutely. Good call. It's maybe, I'm going to say, 10, 15 away from 65 South in Brentwood?
Right. 10.
So 10. So here's why I'm saying this. And if you're out in Antioch, you're over by Fat Mo's or something like that, it's probably going to take you about the same. You know what I mean? It's probably going to take you about 10. It is very centrally located. Also, if you are off of the exit in Nashville, south of town, that has the Sam's Club off of it on 24, you can take the back way on Blue Hole Road, right? And you can run that up
It's a weird name for a street.
It is. I don't know what it is, but
I try not to give it too much thought.
that's true. Let's not talk about it because I don't want an explicit rating.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So the whole thing is, gosh. But that's the thing. If you can pull that off and you take Blue Hole Road, it's literally it's in the parking lot at the end of Blue Hole Road and
You keep saying it.
What, Blue Hole Road?
Yeah.
Blue Hole Road.
We're gonna have to talk about it if you keep saying it.
Anyway, it's right there, and I'll tell you this much: there's a lot there. There's a lot.
There's a lot
offer.
on Blue Hole.
Okay, calm down now. I will say though, it's a dependable hot chicken place.
Yes, respectable, dependable, classic flavor, open late. Yeah, there's no complaints. Princes. It's literally in between the two Princes. It's silly almost silly that they put two Princes that close to one another, and this one is in between the two. So, is there a reason to go there? Yeah, there is, because it's open late. And if you really want fish or shrimp, because Prince's doesn't have that.
So this is essentially the spin doctors of hot chicken because it is between two Princes. Sorry. Well, if you want to call me, no, that's a wrong one. Let's go. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry. I had to.
All right, let's get to this side chick.
Yeah. Dependable hot chicken. I agree. You don't go there for the tenders. You go there for the shrimp plate and the breast quarter. Okay. Now Gregory is pouring into our semi-famous goblets, our hot chicken goblets. Yeah. And he is pouring. Gregory, you want to tell me what you're pouring in there, man?
I'm pouring Fairlife chocolate milk, which has half the sugar as normal chocolate milk. Actually, Fairlife chocolate milk has the same amount of sugar as normal milk that you would find in the grocery store.
Is there more? Wait, is sugar added to regular milk, or is
no? Regular milk has a lot of sugar. Fairlife milk is actually filtered, and it is also high in protein.
Huh. I also know it's lactose free.
Yes, this is
the
not cheat code.
This is not sponsored by Fairlife, but hey,
but we'd like it to be.
Fairlife, we love you. We love your products. I am mildly lactose intolerant. And this is how I get my just favorite kind of intake of sweets. So thank you.
It is regardless of us being sponsored or not, it is the official drink of the HOT Chix Podcast.
It is, quite frankly, it is the only beverage that we drink with our side chicks. I'm gonna hold on. Can we get that clean one time? Can you go ahead and can we get that just?
Mm-hmm.
That's that ASMR that y'all tell us that you can't get enough of.
It's thick, it's rich, it's sweet, and it's high in protein.
Much like my co-host, Mr. Gregory.
We are not talking about Blue Hole, are we?
Oh goodness. Okay.
So I'm not scared of this side chick. It's extra hot. We had hot. Hot was not as hot as Princess Hot. It would be crazy if their extra hot was through the roof.
Just ripped us. Yeah, absolutely.
We're going in pretty cocky.
Here's also the thing. I just got to say this. You've already seen this. So I've talked about the mop a couple times. The mop, for all my friends that are new to the show, the mop is the piece of bread underneath that mops up all of the oils and everything like this. Not even a joke. Do you see that one spot right there?
Yeah,
you see that one spot?
Nothing.
There's nothing to this. I'm not even going to eat the mop because it's just there for show at this point. So,
all right,
Gregory, cheers.
The extra hot tender at Hot Stuffed Chicken and Fish.
And this is the hottest temperature that they have.
Correct.
So the extra hot. Here we go. Cheers.
Salty.
It does have a little bit of salt. Yep, it's just got a little kick.
I'm waiting for it. It's not coming.
I got to be honest with you. This is like Lily's mild. Yeah.
Wow. Did we mix up?
No, that we couldn't have. The other one didn't have heat to it.
Okay, I feel it a little bit. It's building a little bit.
Yeah.
It's coming. Okay, I feel it now.
Yeah.
It's in the back of my throat.
It's a slow burn. Wait till it gets to your lips.
Definitely slow. When I was eating that, I didn't feel any. I was tasting. It's like I was tasting heat, but not feeling any heat. Does that make sense?
You were tasting heat, but
the flavor that typically
yeah.
comes with heat.
Yes.
Like I could taste all the things that I usually associate. Oh, this is going to be hot with. Now it's just a nice. I gotta tell you, I would maybe just order that. Least hot thing we've eaten. It is building though.
Mm-hmm.
That is not hot though. Not compared to.
I'm gonna say this much. If there was someone who wanted to, and I'm not. This is not a diss on any of our listener base. This is not a diss on hot stuff. Maybe there's someone who's a little bit sensitive to capsaicin, right?
Then why are they eating hot chicken?
Just not sensitive, but they can't eat the XXX or they can't eat extra hot at Prince's or something like that. But they want to eat something that is the hottest on a menu. I would send them here.
Why do they want to eat the hottest thing on the menu?
They want to feel good. I don't know. It's, as you said, it's a competition sometimes, right? This would be mild elsewhere, I would say. Or I would say high mild, low hot elsewhere.
It built more than some of the milds and stuff, though. You know what I mean? It did.
I'll agree with that. Like, it's still hot.
It did build, which is interesting, but
I'm gonna get a napkin. You want one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we now get to rank. We're gonna rank heat that we've tried so far. Only 3 places, and we're gonna also rank favorites. We're not gonna get into the nitty gritty of favorite, ranking each individual menu item, but just as a whole, favorite places with what we've had and what's the hottest. And so, Alex, you want to go first? We've been to Prince's, we've been to Lily's, and we've been to Hot Stuff.
Well, I think I've been wildly and ridiculously biased so far, because the second place we went was Lily's.
But that's not biased. I mean, there's nothing biased about it. You like what you like.
Well, and here's the problem. I feel bad. I feel bad because we did it so early. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say this much. We may have... Wow, that heat is still there. We still getting it?
No.
I licked my fingers and it was...
If you...
Yeah.
How about you give the ranking first?
Yeah, sorry.
Then I'll give mine.
Ranking out of the 3.
Yeah. First for
First
heat,
3. Heat.
And then we'll do favorite.
Heat for me, Lily's hot, burned.
Yes.
Lily's hot. This is Lily's episode 3, right? Last episode?
Yeah.
Lily's episode 3. In the farmer's market.
What was their hottest level called again?
Oh gosh, hold on. I'll find it. But
so you're saying Lily's, in your opinion, was the hottest?
I think Lily's top compared to Lily's hot compared to the theirs was called Fear de Reaper.
That's right.
Yes. Compared to the 3X that we had from Prince's.
Right.
That was by far the hottest. I mean, that one hurt.
So you would say Lily's, Prince's, and then Hot Stuff.
I would say Hot Stuff would not even be on my hottest ranking.
Well, it's going to be.
Right,
I mean,
it has to be.
Yeah. And I'm going to agree with you. Lily's was the hottest. I have had hotter Prince's than what we got that day. But hey, consistency is, you got to rank what you're given. And so,
yeah, You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Lily's was hot. I mean, it was. I mean, you guys could hear it. We suffered. We suffered through that. That built, and that was painful. Then Prince's, and then pretty far down below that, is this for hottest. So you're not going there for the hottest. Now, favorite as far as quality, just what you like.
Oh man, for quality.
If you were to rank each three of these places, given all factors, not ranking them on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm talking against each other. Mm-hmm.
Lily's number 1, Prince's number 2, and I would say this place number 3.
Interesting. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I think the breast quarter at Prince's was outstanding. There was a bite of it that you pulled that just took my breath away. But I think the leg quarter at Lily's, I think I still have the picture of it.
Well, we didn't get any breast quarter at Lily's.
No, but
surprisingly didn't have it.
The leg quarter, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you because I took a picture of it, dude. It was, to this day, that's you ripping it with the...
Right.
I mean, I still have this video watching
sexy.
the steam.
That's sexy.
That is sexy. You know, and here's the thing.
That belongs on Blue Hole Road.
Oh, I hate you. I never should have said that. But I say that because it is, without a doubt, one of the best flavors.
So Lily's, then Prince's, then Hot Stuff.
I agree.
Okay.
That is my ranking.
I am not going to 100% agree with you.
Okay.
I am going to agree with you. Lily's, as of right now, is ranked number 1 for me with amongst these three in Nashville.
Okay.
Then I'm going to put Hot Stuff, and then I'm going to put Prince's.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Quality-wise?
So I think the chicken I got today at Hot Stuff was better than the chicken we got from the Prince's Tanger Outlet. Is it better than the typical chicken I get from the Nolensville Prince's? Probably not. But I do think it was better than the Tanger Outlet one.
Y'all, what you are hearing right now are the synapses in my brain trying to relay to each other what was just said.
This chicken was crispy and was flavorful and was really good and not dry or anything. And much crispier than the chicken I got at the Prince's at the Tanger Outlet. My
gosh. I mean...
And I'm a Prince's guy.
Yeah, you are.
You know that. I just think to call a spade, the Tanger Outlet Prince's was not the best version of Prince's I've ever had. And to rank it against that, I have to call a spade. Hot Stuff was better.
Y'all, okay. So Gregory, to confirm, your ranking right now of quality, based on what we have, was Lily's in the farmer's market.
That is a clear winner.
Clear winner. It's, guys, go there.
Not with the expectation of that being a clear winner, by the way.
Right.
Just left field. Oh, this is the newest hot chicken place in town. Let's just try this.
The underdog, you know what I mean? Like,
and socks were knocked off.
And go there. They normally have movies playing against the wall. You're gonna have a hard time finding a seat, but like on a nice upcoming summer day with a breeze coming up, go get you some Lily's, take it out into Bicentennial, sit down and maybe catch a Sounds game afterwards. I'm telling you right now, that's a perfect day, you ask me. By the way, Nashville Sounds, if you need anybody to do content creation for you at the park during the Nashville Hot Chickens game, that was one of the things that actually inspired the entirety of this podcast was that. So,
we'll bring our Fairlife milk.
I will bring my Fairlife milk in a... I will put.
We won't bring Blue Hole Road, but
we cannot. But okay. So to confirm, Lily's hot chicken is a clear winner. In the ranking for you tonight. Then you're saying Hot Stuff on Bell Road tonight surpassed the order of the Prince's that you got at the Tanger outlets. So it's going to go Hot Stuff followed by the Prince's that we got at the Tanger outlets.
Correct.
We're not going to do this all the time. But right now, based on what we got that time, and here's the thing, Prince's, if you think that maybe that was a bad batch, we need to come in, contact us.
Like I said, and I mean, I'll go to the Nolensville one. I know the Nolensville chicken's great. I have been to that location more than any. And
Absolutely.
Is the hot stuff chicken better than what I usually get there? Probably not. But the hot stuff chicken was really good. It was better than the Prince's chicken that we got.
There's a good chance that was double fried, and I'm going to tell you this much. I think that's why I like the breast quarter as much as I did.
It was crispy, juicy, flavorful. I mean, it was straight good hot chicken.
The straight down the middle, I would say straight down the middle, hot chicken, dependable.
Yep.
I think dependable is the word we keep coming back to. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Gregory, the last thing I wanted to talk about today, I think I've said everything I need to say on
Sure.
this. What do you think? We good for?
I didn't talk about the pickles, but there's not much to say. They were actually the thicker pickles. They were like that Hattie B's style pickles.
They didn't really have a sweet to them. They were very
no,
dill.
they were the more I don't say premium is in my preference. I actually prefer the cheaper pickles like at Prince's, but they were the more like fancier ones that Big Shakes and Hattie B's and places use. So but I think other than that, we talked about everything.
I had one other point, if we can just touch base on this quickly, because I know we've talked about how this is a phenomenon. It's not just in Nashville anymore.
Sure.
Do you have a hot sauce that you like? Like a hot sauce, like a Louisiana?
Yeah, I love Crystal.
Crystal.
Also a big sriracha guy.
Okay. Both of those are actually, it's funny you say that. They're both my favorites as well. I actually took a picture of Crystal hot sauce while I was there. Crystal hot sauce for me is my favorite hot sauce.
It's like 3 ingredients.
That's it.
It's like 0 calories. It's just good.
I'm telling you right now, Crystal hot sauce, we know heat, we know flavor. I prioritize flavor over heat, and I think it's easy to say it's 100 years of flavor is on their label. That's why, honestly, I think Crystal hot sauce, not sponsored by Crystal at all, but I wanted to bring this up. Someone had asked if there was a hot chicken bottled sauce somewhere that they could get if they're not in Nashville. So I went and I found, just hear me out real quick, there is a Sweet Baby Ray's Nashville hot wings. Please stop shaking your head no. There's a Sweet Baby Ray's Nashville hot wing sauce. Now, we have discussed this several times. I'm going to say this, and please give me your opinion. I personally do not think a wing sauce could encapsulate the Nashville hot chicken, the approach to actual Nashville hot chicken. What do you think?
I think you should have taken a picture of the ingredients because then we could have really just pointed out why it's so wrong.
Let me see if I can find them. Do you want to tell them why and what?
So if it was something that was authentic, it would probably look like a bottle of salad dressing that's separated because Nashville hot is not a sauce. It's an oil. It's a seasoned oil mixture that's usually just oil straight from the fryer and mixed with brown sugar and cayenne and garlic and just seasonings. And so it's not really a sauce. And now I know Kroger sells a seasoning. Oh
yeah, they have like their tins of the Nashville hot,
and
like
so
jerk seasoning essentially. It's just like the square containers that have the.
Is
dry,
it?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was in a tin. I've seen it in the round ones, the plastic just round ones.
Oh yeah.
But either way, you take that and you just if you're frying chicken, just use the oil. Okay, let's look at this. Oh boy.
Yeah, I can't pronounce some of them.
Oh my gosh. So water's the first ingredient. Okay, well we went wrong there.
How far away is sugar?
Then vegetable oil. Then vinegar. That's the third ingredient. Vinegar. Sorry, way off.
That's a salad dressing.
Then get this, sriracha chili sauce.
Y'all, listen.
Do I have to keep reading this?
No, we're good.
Okay,
you've done.
We haven't even gotten to sugar, but yeah, there's a lot on here.
Is the cayenne in there yet?
Cayenne's down there.
Okay, it's further down.
It's in there, but here's
why I'm saying this. Okay, to all of my friends, so this is not a joke. I have a friend in the UK that I've had conversations with. about Nashville hot chicken. And I want to tell you, if you can get online and you can get dried seasonings, right? And you're making chicken in a pan, in a skillet, right? In cast iron is preferred, right? But if you can make chicken yourself, use a little bit of that oil, right? And find a decent recipe of dry ingredients.
I mean, you literally just need cayenne, brown sugar, garlic powder, and salt. Like you can start adding more things to it, but that's just the basic. That's all you need.
Correct. I mean, honestly, I've had some where there's a little bit of onion powder to it.
Onion powder, cumin, paprika, all these things.
Right.
But you can make it your own, but like those are with that, you're going to get a Nashville hot chicken flavor.
And here's the thing. This is why when this is expanding, there have to be some kind of restrictions on, and somebody to just say, that's not right. Here's why I'm saying this. Just hear me out, and I might be wrong. I mentioned Momofuku chili crisp.
Yeah.
Crisp, right? The jar.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's separated.
Of course.
The oil is separated. Everything settles down. You have to shake it immensely to get to it. That, to me, if we were ever going to do a Nashville hot chicken, quote unquote, sauce, right? That's what we would do.
Right. So Dino's sells their hot oil in those exact same size jars as Momofuku's chili crisp.
Do they really?
Exact ones. It's $15 and it's their oil. Yeah. And,
really?
Yep. And so you could do it.
Are we going to do a Dino's bonus episode?
I love Dino's. I don't know. We'll see. It's tenders. It's
well, so is Subculture.
I think we talked about this briefly. Is maybe a bonus episode where we go to Dino's, we get some hot chili, we get some hot oil,
Gus's.
and then we take it to Gus's down the street when the Gus's open.
When it's Gus's, hey y'all, we talked about this Gus's. Get at us.
They're taking forever.
I know.
I don't know what's going on.
You
Drive past it almost every day, and it's just it looks the same.
You want to know what else I have not heard anything on? The Jefferson Street location.
Prince's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says this year, but I don't know anything.
I mean, I'm hoping that it's not December. You know what I mean? That would stink.
You would hope it'd be open in the summer.
It's what I'm thinking.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, all that to be said, I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for going over that. To everybody who's out there.
You can take that Sweet Baby Ray's and you can throw it down Blue Hole Road.
Oh, God. I made a mistake by bringing that up.
I'm going to go chip off a piece of Blue Hole Road and just bring it to you.
You want to know what I love? I keep notes on my phone of all of the different things that we eat and everything like that. My Lily's notepad is long, and literally for hot stuff on Bell Road, I want to show you what I wrote.
Dependable.
It just says the word dependable.
And shrimp. You should put shrimp.
Dependable shrimp. I'm gonna do that. Okay, dependable and shrimp. So yeah, honestly, hot stuff on Bell Road, dependable. Late night DoorDash, ladies and gents, friends, folks, fellow poultry aficionados, I'm telling you right now, if you are in the Brantioch area, if you're south of town, maybe you're all the way down in Laverne and you only want to drive 15, 20 minutes to get some good late night hot chicken.
And you really want to drive down Blue Hole Road.
Stop it! If you are really a fan of, this is what I have to put up with. Jeez. I'm going to start a Patreon for people to help pay for therapy. Gosh. All that to be said, this is a dependable restaurant. It is, honest to God, get the shrimp, get the breast quarter, get the leg quarter, bone in, with a bone or going home. It is worth it. Gregory, I said everything I need, and I needed to say. I think I'm good. What do you think?
That's it.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, friends and folks, thank you so very much for sticking around and listening to us here at the Hot Chix Podcast. Be safe, keep it spicy, and as always,
just shrimp it.
And we lust, gluttony, pretty babe, we're far from free. The 7 deadly sins of loving you.